Hey guys, did you know that I have a Patreon where you can support me and plus get awesome rewards? Or if you're thinking to yourself, but Julian, I want even more bang for my buck while still supporting you, you can pop over to my Redbubble and check out my awesome store with new designs appearing regularly. But for now, enjoy the video you're about to watch.
Hey y'all, it's me, Julian Greystoke, still in my living room, still with the crappy lighting. We're moving on, and we're walking, and we're walking. Today I'm wearing my I Super Believe in You Tad Cooper shirt, because I super believe in you, Tad Cooper, and today we are just gonna have a nice, sort of, random conversation about something that bothers me in the world that we live in. I clapped really loud. And that is talent versus skill. So have you ever done something, a piece of art that you worked on really hard, you practiced for a lot, you show it off to your friends at last, and they're like, "You're so talented, I wish I was as talented as you." And you think to yourself, but I worked really hard on that, and I've been practicing for a super long time. Friends, this is skills that you're seeing right here, not just talent.
This is Julian from the future, and I thought it'd be helpful if I actually looked up the definition of talent, and also of skill. The definition of talent, according to Merriam-Webster's website, is 1. A special, often athletic, creative, or artistic aptitude, general intelligence or mental power, ability. 2. The natural endowments of a person. 3. A person of talent or a group of persons of talent in a field or activity. And the other definition isn't terribly helpful to us as it pertains to units of weight. So now let us look up skill, shall we? Okay, Merriam-Webster says the definition of skill: 1. The ability to use one's knowledge effectively and readily in an execution or performance. Dexterity or coordination, especially in the execution of learned physical tasks. 2. A learned power of doing something competently. A developed aptitude or ability. Language skills.
This sort of notion that you can't create anything cool unless you're just sort of naturally good at it has bothered me for a long time. And one of the main reasons is that I feel that I am a skilled writer, not a talented one. I have never felt like writing was my talent, was the thing that I was good at. But I love doing it, so I practice a lot. And because I've been practicing a lot for a very long time, I think I have become quite skilled at it. But I would not necessarily say that I am talented at it. Something where I feel I have a natural affinity, a natural talent would be horsemanship. I just take to horses. I don't have to think about it or practice it as much. It's just something that comes naturally to me. But writing, while my brain does like to create stories, I have had to spend my lifetime up to this point nurturing that, practicing that, figuring out how to arrange words. I've been working really hard at it. And I think that there's this notion that talent is somehow inherently better than skills that you have practiced. People kind of have this misconception, and we probably all do it, that talent, if you have talent, you don't even have to really try, you're just going to do a thing, you're talented, you're going to be good at it. And that's obviously untrue. Even if you are talented at something, you do have to practice to become really good at it. But with talent, maybe it's easier. But I don't know why there is this pervasive notion that talent seems to be better than something that you practiced and worked at, but maybe you aren't just naturally good at. And why do people assume that once you are good at it, after all of that practice and work, that you are naturally talented at it? I don't know, maybe it's just this human nature where we think we should just be able to do things, but you can't? I don't know. Anyway, we're talking about that today a little bit. I just have a few notes. Not that much, actually. Mostly it was just kind of to talk about how I feel like I'm not talented at writing. I feel like I'm skilled at writing. And I want those of you out there who maybe are thinking, well, writing isn't my talent, I don't think it's mine either. Writing is what I want to do with my life. Writing is the career that I'm going to strive for, basically, until I fall over dead. I'm just going to keep trying to be a writer. But it's not my talent. Drawing is my talent. Horsemanship is my talent. Writing is not my talent. But I love it, and I work hard at it. So there we are. Somebody that I like to think about when I'm thinking about talent versus skill is Julia Child. Julia Child, unequivocal badass of her time, loved to cook, she wanted to cook, but she sucked. According to this snippet from Mental Floss, Child did not have natural talent for cooking. In fact, she was a self-admitted disaster in the kitchen until she began taking classes at Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, where she met Paul and lived for several years. Prior to her marriage, Child simply fed herself frozen dinners. It was probably the safest choice. One of her earliest attempts at cooking resulted in an exploded duck and an oven on fire. But now, many of us know Julia Child as a really excellent cook. And whatever might be said about her, she definitely went down in history. She's got cookbooks, she had her TV show, and that is because even though she wasn't talented at a thing, it was her passion, she knew she wanted it, and so she found ways to create skill versus relying on some sort of innate talent. Whenever I'm feeling down about myself, I often remember Julia Child and how hard she worked to do the thing that she was passionate about. But I feel like in the writing world there is a lot of pressure to be talented, to just come out of the gate swinging, to be good right away. I feel like there's a lot of notion that your first book has to be amazing, or your first draft has to be amazing, that you somehow have to be this savant, that these other writers out there, all these published writers, are just much more talented than you. And it's just not true. Most of the published writers out there also practiced a whole lot. Now, maybe for some people it is easier. Maybe for some people it's easy to come right out of the gate and just be published right away, be recognized right away. Their writing is just, seems like it's just good right away. And maybe for some people it is easier, and maybe for some people it doesn't take as long as it took me. But if you're one of those people out there who feels like you're being left behind, like you don't have the talent, and why aren't you as good as fast as these other people, maybe it helps to know that neither am I. I don't know if this helps any of you, but maybe if knowing that at least one other writer is working on being skilled because I'm not talented, maybe that'll help some of us feel a little bit better out there in a world that says that you can't be good without some kind of natural talent. So if you're out there working on your book and you're feeling like you just don't measure up to all of those other talented authors out there, remember that even if you're not talented, you can become skilled and you can get there your way. So keep trying, keep writing, and most importantly, keep practicing. All writing is practice, so don't stop, can't stop, get out there and keep working. I believe in you, kids. I super believe in you, Tad Cooper. You see, it all ties back to the shirt. You see how I did that? It's also, that's a talent. That is pure talent. Anyway, you guys, have you had any experiences where you felt like you weren't talented enough to fit in and you just had to muscle through on skill that you learned? Comment below and let me know any times where you felt like that, or you felt like you weren't talented enough to be in a space, or you felt like natural talent was the only way you were going to succeed. I hope to see some awesome comments from you down below. Remember to be nice to each other in the comments. If you liked what you saw here, I have a whole channel filled with more of this nonsense, so go check it out. And if you want it to be higher quality, which I know you do, this is rubbish. I need a better setup, I need a better system. Anyway, if you want to help facilitate that, I've got a Patreon. All the support on my Patreon goes toward getting me better equipment. Eventually. Don't forget that I post new videos Mondays and Fridays. All of the links to my social media are in the doobly-doo, and I will see all of you talented and or skilled people next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!
Hey everybody, it is shout out time. Time for me to shout out to my amazing patrons, Kim, Sarah, and Savvy Panda. So if you want to be cool like these great people, then become my patron over on Patreon.